Hello, my friends on the other side of the screen. This is Øyvind Guide from Saint Insider in Norway, and I'm going to tell you something awesomely and cool about how you can live with God. No, I'm going to tell you a secret. I love you unconditionally. Now you might wonder, why? How can I say that? Have I ever met you? Am I ever going to meet you? I don't know. But here, if you do, you could actually test it. And here's how you can test it. Because I treat every people on an okay way, Because I know that within all humans, we are all children of God. It doesn't matter what you believe or what type of vision you have on the world. Of course, that matters for you, but that doesn't matter from God. Because you are a child of God, and if you need like one incarnation or 1,000 lives, to find God, you will eventually anyway. And to have that knowledge and understanding and actually experience that thing, because I can actually see the Spirit moving in people. So, I know that all people, we are actually children of God. And you can prove this very simple by yourself, because if you didn't have this life force in you, your body will just like decompose and fall from each other. Wouldn't be usable for anything. So here's the thing, that every moment of your life, you're actually disproving all natural laws, more or less, because you are continually recreating yourself from within. So love, it's really to understand this and be a positive force in other people's lives, to help build them up, to believe in them, to see that, you have divine potential in you that you can express to do something magnificent. It's about trusting people, that if people are getting freedom to express what's in themselves, they will make something good. On the opposite side, we have the notion that, everyone should be like put into boxes and squished, to be unfree into some small limit of things. And that doesn't really work. So, but what about this with unconditional love? Because that seems more or less impossible. Because in every relationship we have, there are always conditions, When you find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, there are always so many things that have to fit, like work and occupation and status and beauty, and health and interests and blah, 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 blah. And of course, that matters if you're living together with someone. But that has to do about building a relationship. It doesn't have anything to do about love. Because love in itself is unconditional. You can love the trees, the skies, the flowers, humans, animals, old people, young people. It doesn't matter. Because love is actually to see the value in them. To understand that they are more than just a physical body. But relationships, that's about loyalty and bindings. And that also goes with occupation, that's also, you have a loyalty to your employer or whatever. And I think some of the hardest part in the life of humans, are when we actually feel a conflict between loyalty and love. When someone we are supposed to be loyal to try to force us to act in a non-loving way against other humans, and we feel in ourselves that this is wrong. We don't always know why, but it's like, because we all want to be loved. We all want to be, and we all want to love other people. Because in essence, that's what we are on the inside. But how can you actually test, if... you shouldn't test at all, but how can you actually live, in a loving way? When there are so much suffering, when there are so many people that really needed help and you aren't able to help them, how can you then say you love and still, letting people die from starvation and still say you are loving? How can you do that? Well, it's simply, to recognize that you are limited in this body. Your capacity to love, it's from the spiritual world, so it's unconditional and it's huge. But your ability to act and your resources and ability to know people is much more limited. There's billions of awesome people that are God children in the world. You know, I don't have the capacity to even understand their names. No, and none of us have, because the shape and the body we are in with the brain we are, even though it has incredible potentials, it still has some limitations. And I think maybe the biggest limitations we have, you know, it's time. And I think that's why it's also so important, you know, to live out from this law, because that's the only thing that's actually are there forever. It's the only thing that actually, you know, are everlasting. Because if you really live from love, because God is in essence love, unconditional love, or that's the type of relationship He wants to have with human beings. Because you can say God is everything, the whole creation, everything in it. But the only reasonable relationship we can have to God is love. And since we all have relationships like this to God, you know, we are all children of God, you know, living in love. So, I think I kind of have made my point.